Because I'm Big Baby, I've done many stupid things in video game history. I remember back when I was but 13 years old playing Halo 3, I used to love the sticky grenades. They were great fun. And one of the best things about Halo is the physics. So you could chuck a sticky grenade up an elevator, or you could chuck it on a little gravity booster and then it would do things. And one time, I forget which map it was on, there's one with a gravity hammer in the middle and there's an elevator in the thing. And there's a little thing that you can boost around to the side. People who played Halo 3 will know what I'm on about. But anyway, I chucked a sticky grenade on there. Teammate came on the other way, just on the thing, and then he landed on the sticky grenade, and then I was still there, and he blew me up. But that is not the main story that I'm here to tell you about, because I'm a bit of a goof on Red Dead Redemption 2. Stupid things just happen to me all the time, whether it's going under bridges and knocking my head off, or chasing a guy in a Gatling gun around with a tomahawk and never being able to get him. But one time, at a very serious moment in Red Dead Redemption 2's story, you're actually meant to broker peace between the Native Americans and the US Army. Now, history dictates that never goes well. And in my own personal history, it went terribly, because when they double cross you, you're meant to get on your horse and escape for freedom. But when I did that, I jumped on my horse and it bolted and went straight into a tree that was right behind me, and the horse died, and I had to do it all over again. And that was really stupid, and I've never felt more humiliated in my entire life. I'd let everyone down. It was bad. What am I like?
For a game I've replayed about 1 billion times, which we have done on Chatty before, I once got stuck in a room in Half-Life 2. There's a point about 2/3 of the way into the game, I think it's actually exactly where Scott said he got to, which was getting...
I was on a beach.
Yeah, you were storming Nova Prospekt. Yeah. Inside Nova Prospekt, there's a particular room that I can remember very vividly. You come in, and there's it's almost like a square walkway, but there's 2 walkways at different heights, and then stairwells in between. And there were 2 turrets at the top, and I took down 2 of the turrets, and I ended up just running around in circles in this room, because I had no bloody idea where to go. There was a tiny little lambda cache. You could pull some planks off a wall and get behind a door to find some ammo, but that wasn't the way out. All I could see was the way back, and it's okay, I'm stuck. This isn't good. I'm running around in circles. I'm genuinely there for 15, 20 minutes. This was my first playthrough, bear in mind, not recently. I'm just running around in circles. I've got no idea where to go. And it turns out that I'm running around in an anti-clockwise circle, turning left and turning left and turning left and turning left. Turns out at the top of the stairs and turn right, there's a corridor. There's a whole corridor that I just didn't notice. And I just was stuck in a room, running around like an idiot, not realizing. It's that way, mate. Go that way, you idiot.
It's because it always blends into the background.
Yeah.
It always happens. Doors, corridors, slides.
I was so focused on trying to find a door specifically. The idea of a corridor just didn't come to mind. Second dumbest thing I've ever done is I bought Micro Machines World Series.
Idiot!
I pre-ordered it. What a fucking moron.
Back in GTA 5, I wanted to complete the story mode before I jumped on the online, and that took me about a week or so, because I was really busy with other stuff as well. And so all of my friends got ahead while they're playing the online mode, and they bloody loved it. And I really couldn't wait to get into it when I finished the story mode. And I eventually got into it and just tried to get loads of money and buy up a really cool car, which was the Zen Torno, which cost around $1 million, I think. Me and my friends were just buggering about one day, and we were just killing each other and just chucking bombs at each other and stuff like that. And then one guy chucked a sticky bomb on my car, and I was like, okay, I don't want him to kill me, and I don't want him to pay the insurance cost for it. So I shot the sticky bomb, and apparently that was me having to pay for the insurance, because I thought that because he put that sticky bomb there, that would mean he had to pay the insurance. But no, $9,000 down the drain, which was the stupidest moment ever, yeah. But yeah, exactly, yeah. It's weird how it works that way, but whatever. And the other thing, which I don't even know even happened, but I'm going to say it anyway, I was playing League of Legends once, and playing as this character called Blitzcrank. He's got this arm which extends out to someone, and he grabs it, and then they can pull that character to you, and then you can knock him up and stuff. I was playing against a team which were kind of destroying us, and I hooked their Amumu, which Amumu basically does an AoE stun for 2-3 seconds and stuff like that. So I went to aim for the squishy targets, but I ended up hooking Amumu, which he then ulted our team and stunned us for about 2-3 seconds, and killed every single one of us. and we lost the game after that, which was great.
Now the thing is, I can't pin this down, so I'm just going to go with times that I'm a moron, which is every single time I'm in any dungeon, in any Zelda game, other than Breath of the Wild, because all of the other Zelda games are way more about, you know, take this item and go over here and realize that the door can be blown apart, or like use a bomb to get through a thing, or whatever. And I just want to play the game. And I've talked to Benji's the person on the other side of the lens. I've talked to him a lot about this because I always sometimes refer to it as obtuse game design, where I just want to play it. I just want a lovely little time where I can get all the objects and slot them into the holes and, you know, save Hyrule and all that. But Zelda, or Legend of Zelda as a series, is way more of a puzzle game than I think its reputation lets on. It's like, you know, it kind of comes across as this big action-faring fantasy thing. And it is that, but it's also about finding one key that you left 7 rooms ago because you didn't realize that you were supposed to kill 3 enemies in a certain order to spawn the treasure chest. What a load of shit. And so, like, you know, I love it, do I? And I like the idea of it, but for the most part, that's the stuff that makes me feel like an absolute moron, because it's like, oh, well, you know, you didn't realize that at the very beginning you're supposed to bomb this slightly different looking texture because you could have had an item that you should have used the item that you acquired 7 hours ago. So it's that. I don't know whether that, if I'm annoyed, I don't know whether it's legitimate. Maybe someone else out there has the same thing. I know you're really good at it.
I think it might be you.
It might be me, and so it's hard to know, but that's the stuff that makes me feel like an idiot, and so I always look online, and the solution is always that it was always in the room right with me, and I was just supposed to shoot the thing, or kill the thing, or blow up the thing, and if only I'd thought for a few more seconds, I might have got it, but hours later, I never do.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't do a lot of stupid things in my life, as you will have known from spending quite a lot of time with me, but there are a couple, and one thing that does come to mind, it's something that's almost identical to what Jules spoke about a few months back on a different Chatty, but since, you know, he's recently been adopting my look, you can consider his version a tribute act. And it was, it's back in, I think, 1997, where a friend of mine across the road offered, like, a trade I could not refuse. He said, oh, I've got this RPG, Final Fantasy VII, do you want to borrow it in exchange for Gran Turismo? And I was like, yeah, I'm sick of doing this bloody like driving license simulator and just filling up garages. I'll definitely have one of the most critically acclaimed RPGs of the day. So anyway, I borrowed it, and sure enough, brilliant game. I was absolutely loving it. Went right to the end. I was playing it non-stop, like after school, constantly. And I'd got my golden chocobo. Got all the materia. I'd done all the side quests, and I was just like minutes away from knocking on Sephiroth's door. And I was thinking, you know what? I don't want this to end. I'm enjoying it far, far, far too much. So maybe I'll start it again. And I did.
Good.
And I thought, this is brilliant, I'm extending the life of this game, and I'll go back and finish it in a few days' time. Well, that didn't exactly happen, because the very first save point, what did I do? You know what I did. Saved over my entire other file. So I was like, this isn't ideal. I did, it's what I wanted, but it still made me burst out in tears. So yeah, I had to play through the whole game again, which, you know, maybe isn't the worst thing. There's a more recent example. I've been playing through LA Noire at long last. And there's a mission where you have to trail this woman who it turns out you're having an affair with her, but you don't know that because the game doesn't like to reveal details of its plot. But anyway.
Preach!
What I thought I had to do is like drive after her, like, but keep my distance, you know, until she gets to a location. But as I was stood stationary on the tarmac, she started reversing very, very, very slowly backwards onto the pavement until she crashed into a bench, and I failed the mission despite moving not at all. What I was actually supposed to do is reverse backwards during this car chase. How silly of me.
Yeah.
I mean,
A reverse tailing mission.
yeah, I guess I just don't understand that game. That's my problem.
Well, this is not technically tied to a specific game, it's just a dumb thing that has haunted me ever since I did it. So I don't know whether this comes across in videos, but I'm actually really shy in real life, and all the way through my entire life, I've always been scared of party chat on video games. When I played a lot of Call of Duty 4, I'd never jump into the actual, you know, in-game chat, because I'd be so terrified to talk to anyone, and if I ever did, I would like class it as a big win, so I've always kept away. And even now that I'm older, I went into the Modern Warfare beta and got slagged off by some guy, and I felt really bad about it for about a day and a half afterwards. So this is my worst nightmare. Fast forward to the beginning of this year when I am playing a multiplayer game. I think it was Star Wars Battlefront 2. And you know, it's just a night in. It's just a regular night in. I come home from work, I make my tea, I play this all night. I've got some music on the background, I'm talking to my girlfriend, we're just chatting away. And then I sort of realized after hours of playing this game, I sort of see my name and see the kind of the mic thing going up and down. And I'm like, oh, this is a bit odd. I haven't got a mic plugged in. I'm like, oh, this is really strange. And then we both kind of clock it, and we look at it, and I'm like, they're listening. What? They've been listening this whole time. But I'm thinking, how have they done it? What's going on here? Then I notice my camera's plugged in. The PlayStation camera is plugged in.
Exact same thing happened to me.
And has been listening this whole time, Scott, and I freak out and I sort of sneak around as if there's someone in the room with me, as if the people in the game can see what I'm doing. So I sneak around, I unplug the camera, and I shut the game off instantly because I'm so embarrassed, because it's not even that I was saying anything bad. I wasn't, being very problematic. It was just sort of really crap patter. It's just sort of talking about, our days, singing along to some music. And then I realized I was everything I hate. I was that guy in the in-game chat who sort of blasted his music and talking to his mum and stuff, and I couldn't hack the fact that I had put other people through my terrible, boring after-work life, and I didn't like it one bit, and that has been unplugged ever since. It's the reason why I don't play the PlayStation VR anymore, because you need that to play it, but I don't want to plug it back in, so I'll forget, and I'll repeat the same mistake, and some poor soul just trying to enjoy their night will have to either mute me or be subjected to my crap.
You can turn it off, there's an option to turn it off.
I couldn't, I just panicked. I just turned the PlayStation off, pulled it up by the maids, and threw it out the window.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. Now, if you want more chatty faces, why not watch through the rest of our playlist? But I just want to say a big thank you to the brilliant channel sponsors for voting on this week's chatty question. And if you want to join the vote, then why not consider hitting the join button and becoming a sponsor today? And we will see you next week. Bye!